Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Garcia-Roman and I am a teaching artist here at the Matty Road Center. And welcome to another edition of Matty Road Center's Friday Art Studio. So for today, what we're going to do is inspired by a passport. Now, a passport, for those who don't know, is a document that allows you to travel to other countries. It also is a form of ID here within the United States. And the reason why we are inspired by this today is because it brings to the forefront this new term that actually a kid of mine created when I did this project with them in my class. They came up with the term a chanceport. So if you look at a passport as your chanceport, a chance to move within life. And this is especially true for immigrants. So there are people who cannot apply, who cannot attain a passport. We're going to be creating an artwork that kind of subverts the idea of how documents regulate people, dictate who you are within society. And so it's kind of like a story between the have and have-nots. The running title I'm giving this project is, well, first of all, I want to say the title is a mix of English and Spanish. So here we go. El Northeast Passport, El Spirit Community de Northeast. So in English, that would be the Northeast Passport, the Spirit Community of the Northeast. So materials for this project is you're going to want paper, something to measure, something to glue your paper, something to write with, and something to cut your paper. And then the most important thing is you want a picture of yourself. So you can like go through your photo albums, look through already printed pictures of you, and cut out a picture of yourself, your face. It could be a younger picture of you, a current day picture of you. But if you want to make this project a bit more interesting, have someone take a picture of you where you're looking straight at the camera, kind of like what you would have to do when you get when you take an actual picture for an actual passport. Now, the picture I'm going to use for my example of my passport or chanceport is black and white because it's my way of saying my identity is incomplete, if that makes sense. My identity is obscured. There are certain groups in our communities that have to battle for their presence. And so in solidarity with that, I chose to have my picture in black and white. So if you have copy paper, I'm going to just kind of run through how you're going to cut your paper. Copy paper is 11 by 8.5 inches. So on the long side of your copy paper, you're going to want to mark at 5.5 inches and then cut away. Fold in half your 2 strips of paper. And next, you would have 2 sections of your passport, and you would want to glue them together like this. Something simple. Just glue it together. But I have already pre-cut paper that is very well for watercolor. I plan to use watercolor, and I want to kind of show you guys all the different materials you can use. So I will be using this paper for our sample for today. And we are gluing away onto one of the sides of the folded pieces of paper. Now when it comes to your cover, there's the only thing I ask is to say the word passport. Somewhere there it says passport. That way when someone sees the cover, they know what they're getting themselves into. And I'm choosing, because I want to kind of make this more of a community project, I'm going to call it the Northeast Passport. My font is a mimic of the font used on the traditional passport, but by any means, please use any kind of font you want to use, make yours original. Again, I'm keeping my style simple by using the color yellow to fill in my letters. And then instead of the American eagle, I'm going to replace it with the eagle that is found on the Mexican flag. And I'm going to take my sweet time drawing that. On the bottom I write the Northeast Passport, El Spirit Committee of Northeast, Kansas City, Missouri. Next, I do some watercolor magic. If you do not have a watercolor set, you can use color pencils, markers, whatever you have. What I personally like about watercolor is it produces a nice and controlled misty effect. We give it a little bit of time to dry. Please dry fast, come on. Here, we kind of have a theme page, right? And so this is where we integrate the practice of collage. The practice of collage art is not necessary for your theme page, kind of your imagery page, but it makes life easy. And collage art is whenever you take pre-made paper, decorative paper from magazines, you name it, and you just take what you like. And in this case, I'm taking a magazine page of Coco, the movie, and I'm choosing the abuelo figure. And I'm doing this because for me, when I think of growing up in the Northeast, it's through the wisdom of the older generation. Our next page is one where there's a quote, just like there is in the passport. So this quote says, "You do not have to be good at art to make good art. You should want to do good with art." This is a good quote for this project. You don't have to be the best writer with the best handwriting or a great drawer. The purpose of this project is to kind of make yourself part of your community, whatever that is. So there's that. Making your presence known in the community, identifying and affirming your identity, and that'll come on your portfolio page, kind of which we'll come to next. And also to kind of be in solidarity, kind of be in support of communities in which documents like IDs and passports are a barrier for them. People who cannot get those documents, and in turn doesn't give them a chance to be as mobile as us. As a student, kind of formulated this word to kind of summarize what a passport means, a transport. So if you don't have a passport, you don't have a transport. And a chance for what? That's up to you to decide. Maybe it's... Here we go. On your info page, once you have a picture ready, go ahead and glue that sucker down. Just make sure you have room for the rest of your info. As a reward for you sticking around to this video, behold a picture of me at 14 years of age from my old passport. I write down the title of this page, which is the Northeast Passport, and now here's a template that you can use that is also in English and Spanish, a template for the kind of info, the different sections you can write within your info page. Go ahead and fill out my info page, and feel free to pause the video. Pause the video to look at the info I write. You could see that it could be whimsical, to say to be funny, or serious. Just do whatever floats your boat. Next, we're gonna have our signature page. It could be something as simple as this example. Snake signature. That's it. For my signature page, I'm working off a pre-made subtext that you are more than welcome to use by replacing the name of your community here in the Northeast. Here it says, "The sovereign state of mind of the spirit community of Northeast hereby begs to all whom it may concern to permit welcoming and safety to the name below, to pass without delay or impediment, and, when in need, receive love and protection." If you write a subtext, make sure to leave some room to write your lovely signature. I want to also provide the opportunity of you doing a fingerprint. The most easiest way to do it is if you have some paint laying around. Here goes some paint. Make sure your thumb is not supercharged with paint. That way you can leave a nice fingerprint. And also have another sheet of paper where you could practice before you put onto within your passport. So. That's one way with paint. Another way is with marker. Last but not least is our stamping pads. I also want to show if you have stamps already pre-made, you can add them throughout. Whether you are using stamps or some color pencils, Sharpies, markers, whatever you can get your hands on, decorate your passport to the best of your ability and what makes you happy. So at the very end, you have your cover, imagery page, quote page, info page with headshot, and then your signature page. Now your signature page does not need a like a subtext, but I think this is a layout that anyone could copy, and they could say you're not from the Northeast, you can replace it with the name of the community in which you come from. Now, although it would be very funny for someone to take their handmade passport to an airport, do not do it because I don't want you to get in trouble. I think it's worth still making one because it's satirical, which is to say funny, but at the same time very serious because you're bringing into conversation who gets to have a passport? And for those who cannot, in which documents are a barrier for them, they're in a sense you're taking back control of your power in your community, and also you're taking control of your identity. So by any means, when it comes to type, you could put something like chingona or macho man. You know, maybe you do put nationality. The only reason I wanted to avoid that is because when it comes to a community, for me, I want it to be a place where it's free of where you come from, but where you are now. Where you come from is important, but I feel like in order to judge people and make community with people, it should be for who they are and not necessarily where they come from. That's why I included best trait, and for mine, I went ahead and just put open-minded. So yeah, people, really make your once-in-a-lifetime special passport 10 times better than this one. All right. Although this one will get you to other countries and back, this one's more powerful. And so with that, Actually, I want to leave you guys by repeating my quote. You do not have to be good at art to make good art. You should want to do good with art. Be safe, everyone. Goodbye.